Hello, this is Dr. Aras Lango from TESTENIUM. I am the CEO of TESTENIUM. TESTENIUM is a meta-computing platform for generating code for test automation, RPA, and encryption. So in this particular demo, I'm going to show you how we can generate code for mobile test automation. TESTENIUM actually generate code for mobile app test automation, Selenium WebDriver test automation, BDD, and database testing, API testing, etc. And also, you'll be able to use TESTENIUM to develop secure database application using searchable encryption. So in TESTENIUM, we have a Tamil meta programming language which will enable the user to define the data model for generating the secure database applications as well. The world is spending over $1 trillion per year in writing the code for developing applications and test automation. So whatever the test automation task like API testing, mobile app testing, Selenium WebDriver testing, so the programmers or test engineers will be sitting and writing the code. So instead of doing that, we can prepare the Excel sheet with the elements, locator, and the functions. Then we can upload the Excel file to TESTENIUM. TESTENIUM will handle the rest for you. So it will generate the code, and we can also execute the testing task on TESTENIUM. So this message is for CEOs of the companies, IT companies. So if you are spending a lot of money on test automation scripting, so you don't have to spend that much of money. You can save 2/3 of what you are spending, or vice versa. You can increase the productivity by 2 to 3 times. So in that case, you can easily handle your test projects with TESTENIUM without struggling with larger teams. You don't need team members to work with your testing project. You can use just TESTENIUM with 1 or 2 staff to prepare the Excel sheet with elements, and then you just upload it. So recording and exporting into programming language is a bad practice. So we don't rely on recording tasks. So recording will record the wrong element without we knowing. So we avoid that. So here we don't record. We just prepare the Excel sheet based on the requirement specification document that will provide you the elements, functions, whatever the data or test data that you need to put. So just prepare the Excel sheet, and then Excel file with number of sheets. It also support page object model. You'll be able to prepare the Excel sheet based on the page object model. That means like for each application page, you can use one Excel sheet and prepare it to test it. I will show you 1 or 2 Excel sheets here. So this particular Excel sheet file consists of 4 Excel sheets. So every Excel sheet is consisting of the relevant parameters, so the locator element and the function for testing one particular application. So here in this particular Excel file, we have 4 Excel sheets. So you can go up to 255 Excel sheets in one Excel file to upload, and you can generate the code and test it. And if you want to do more than 255 Excel sheets, that is not possible on Excel file, but we can also provide your UI in TESTENIUM to add more than 255 pages, so that you'll be able to handle large application or large number of pages in one large application as well. So now I'm also going to show you one Excel file which consists of elements to test a mobile app. So you can also provide locator element, function, data, and the data for the start percentage and end percentage for swiping functionality on a mobile app. So I will show some examples. So basically, this message is for CEOs of IT companies who are spending a lot of money, but you will be able to save 2/3 of what you are spending already. The whole world is spending over 1 trillion, more or less, for scripting and writing code. So we can save 1 or 2/3 of that particular amount every year by using TESTENIUM. So TESTENIUM is a meta-computing platform to generate code. So now I'm going to show you some examples. So I have already logged into my account in TESTENIUM. So you can see there are a few options: encryption, testing, database, collaborate, RPA, and mobile apps. So in this particular session, I will show you mobile app test automation. So when you go to new project template, where you can see some details that we need to enter for mobile app. So in this particular session, I'm going to show you how to log in and test the username, password elements, and the button to click. So you can put any description there, and also package name that we use to develop the app. And the URL here, you can use the local host URL for Appium test automation. I'm giving 127.0.0.1. We can also enter third-party servers to execute your test. So you can enter the URL for the third-party servers like Browser Stack, Source Labs, etc. So I'm giving the local host parameter here. The platform name, Android or iOS. I'm selecting Android and I'm entering the version 11. And then we can provide the username and the password. So I'm giving my credentials for connecting to browser stack, but I am not going to use the browser stack in this particular session. So I'm just giving some username password randomly. So here, device name, you can select any device name that you want to test it on. So and then I'm uploading the Excel file which I shown earlier, which consists of login parameters. So that is android.xls. Then I am uploading the APK file for Android application. So now we'll be able to generate the code and we can execute that code. So now the code is being generated by TESTENIUM. Now you can see the code is coming. The whole code for test automation on Appium, that means Android on Appium, is generated here. You can see the whole source code is generated. We can just copy and paste it. I have already copied this particular code and pasted in this here in Eclipse. I'm running Appium server on my local machine on my laptop, and also there's Android device also running. So when we execute this code which has been copied from TESTENIUM, we'll be able to see the device loading the app and testing it. So I will execute this test using a JUnit test runner. So now if I switch to the device, this is a Android emulator. You can see the app is going to launched, and yeah, you can see now. So it's going to type the data and then click the button, and it's going to swipe up and down because we have a swiping feature. So you can see in the code here we have entered the username and the password and click the button, and then swiping down up and down, so you can see it was doing it. So that is how we do Appium mobile test automation using TESTENIUM. So I'll show you one more feature that we have for Selenium web driver. So if I go to Selenium here, so there's a page object builder. So you don't need any tool or any heavy device on your machine, or even you don't need an experienced programmer to use TESTENIUM and generate the test automation script and run it. So here we'll be able to provide the data for the new project for Selenium test automation with page object model. So in some application you may have single page. In some application you may have multiple pages, so you can choose single page option here. For single pages and multiple pages, you can select page object model. So in this particular session, I'm going to give you a simple one without page object. So I'll provide URL google.com, and for google.com to type some keyword and click the button to search and then verify the keyword on the title or page, we have to give 3 lines of elements details. So here we have a page 0. On this page 0, I will select name locator with the Q element, which is the name of the text box on Google, and then select type function with appropriate data that you want to search. So I'm giving Apple. So now next element, so then we can give btnk for the next element, where we can select the click method. So simply we select from this particular select option the next element. Then we'll verify the data that we entered. So for verifying the data, select the locator none and then put title for the element and then assert, verify, and put the data that you wanted to verify, Apple. So now we'll be able to generate the code for these given 3 lines of code or 3 elements in Google search, for Google search. Now generate the code by clicking this button. So code is being generated now in Java, you can see. So the code is generated within a few milliseconds. So this is a simple test automation code with Selenium WebDriver. Now we'll execute this code. If I switch to the server, you'll be able to see the code is being executed and it's launching the Chrome browser and typing Apple and clicking the button. Now it's going to verify the data and then give you the report on the front end. So now the top record in this particular table is the data stored for this particular project. Now you can see the video has been taken and screenshots have been captured. You can click and view the screenshot. So it's very simple. So you don't have to struggle purchasing a lot of tools and installing and purchasing heavy hardware and then hiring very expensive programmers. So you don't need all these 3. You don't need liveware, hardware, and software. So you can use your junior programmers, or you can even use yourself. You can use the TESTENIUM yourself to generate the code for test automation script and then run and execute your test and get the reports simply by clicking and typing without writing any piece of code. So that's very simple. I will show you one more feature that we have in TESTENIUM, BDD, Behavior Driven Development. So TESTENIUM provides you with a feature file editor here. You can edit any number of feature files by clicking the next feature. So this will increase the page project number. For the same project, you can see number of feature files can be created and generate the code. If I click the next feature, you'll be able to see the next window open. So project 2.feature. Then if you click again, project 3.feature, then you can change any data in the feature file and generate the codes by simply clicking the button. So if I click the button, generate code, it's going to create the complete source code for the given feature files with number of scenarios. Then we'll be able to execute this particular test. The beauty in TESTENIUM is you don't have to implement the method. You can see all the methods have been implemented automatically. That is the beauty in TESTENIUM. So if you are doing that in your machine on at your office, you can use Cucumber, SpecFlow, Behat, or Letouche. With different languages. You need to implement, or you have to install all the tools on your machine, and then you have to generate the code by the Cucumber or SpecFlow partly, not fully. Then you have to struggle to implement all the code. But here you don't have to implement any code at all. So you can see completely 100% source code has been generated by TESTENIUM by implementing all the methods given when and then. So that's the beauty in TESTENIUM. And also you can edit, add any new framework. If you want to add a new framework by clicking this add class button, it's automatically connecting to the database that is already created for you in TESTENIUM and implement these methods. And then you'll be able to execute the test. So now if I switch to the cloud server, you'll be able to see the execution in live, so that you'll be able to confirm that it's actually executing it rather than just saying it. Now you can see the first scenario is executed, then it's going to load the second one, and then the third one is the scenario outline with data table, which consists of 4 records. So for logging in Hotmail. So thereafter it will do another 2 more Google scenarios, because we have 3 feature files in one project. So all the feature files are being used now to execute this particular project. And also it's taking videos and screenshot as we seen earlier. So that is it. So now still it's doing it. It hasn't finished the last 2 more Google scenarios yet to finish. I'm loading it. So you can see how this is simple to save money. So if the world is spending over $1 trillion per year, so we can cut 2/3 of that and we can save it. So for this message is for CEOs again. So don't waste money, in test automation. Use TESTENIUM and save money. You can save 2/3 of your costs. So now the test has been completed and it's loading the report. You can see. So I have given 2 scenarios first, and then 1 Hotmail scenario outline with 4 records in the data table. Then 2 more Google scenarios. So altogether we got like 8 scenarios. They all executed and they all successfully executed. Now you can see them. So that's it. And also you will be able to go and edit your feature files. So if you go back to your reports, suppose you want to go and edit. If you click the edit button on the table, you will see the previously given feature files are coming. Then you can select and edit them. You can select and edit them. You can delete and cut and save whatever you want to do, and then generate the code again and run it. So that's so simple. So you don't need to struggle with any number of tools. You don't need any tools at all. So I guarantee you can save 2/3 of your money. So now there are API testing, load testing, database testing, protractor, Selenium, Vimium testing for Windows application, white box testing, security testing. It's lot. So now I shown you, simply 3 areas: mobile test automation, Selenium, and BDD. So that's enough for today. So that is for today. So this is again for CEOs. I guarantee you can save 2/3 of the money. So if you cannot do it, come to me. I will save you money. So that is the message for CEOs. Thank you for watching this. Thank you. Bye.